So I have some legitimate concerns, I guess you could say, when it comes to me and my wife having a baby. And I'm going to talk about that after the intro. Now, when it comes to us having a baby, it's something I've always wanted to experience, the joys of becoming a dad and experience what she's like going through maternity and experience just the whole 9 yards and everything from finding out we're pregnant to feeling the first kick to witnessing birth, which my wife's been obsessed with watching a couple birth videos and pictures and stuff like that, and that's gonna be an interesting moment. But I mean, the thing that worries me the most is after the baby is here. I'm not concerned with, in terms of providing or anything like that. It's just, I have this fear that something's gonna go wrong. What if something happens to her pregnancy and I can't do anything about it? I have this fear that once our baby gets here, something's wrong with him or her in terms of medically, and I won't know what to do. And it's just it's the closer I feel that we're getting to having a baby, it's the more I begin to sweat. This sweat you're seeing right here, it's not hot in here at all. It's 60 degrees. And I was literally thinking of what I was going to say in this video, and I just started sweating. I was literally okay, this is what I'm afraid of, and okay. And then seriously, I start sweating. It feels great in this apartment right now, but my biggest first concern is when it comes to pregnancy. What if there are complications and I don't know what to do? What if there's complications and there's nothing I can do? No one wants to see the person they love, suffer, especially when they're supposed to be such a, marvelous time in their lives and such a beautiful moment, and something goes wrong. The second thing I have a big fear of is birth, not the actual witnessing or anything like that, but the fear of complications, the fear of what happens when something happens to her or the baby, coping with that, being able to take care of the situation, because I've talked to a lot of guys and they've said that when their woman was going through birth, they felt kind of helpless because, she's in pain, they can't do anything about it, and they said they were scared but also happy, and they were sad, and there was just so many emotions going on. And I'm a very protective person. When it comes to protecting people I love, I don't like seeing them upset, I don't like seeing them angry, anything. I'm like that with strangers. I've literally seen people crying, and my wife's oh, just leave them alone. I'm no, let me see what's wrong, and I will, say, hey, what's wrong, and talk to people, just how I am. So I can't imagine, actually going through that with my wife, and there's nothing I can do. Third thing I'm afraid of is when we bring our baby home. Is it going to be baby-proof enough? Now, when I say baby-proof, I understand the baby's not going to be walking around, because if we had a baby walking fresh out the womb, best believe that'll be a YouTube hit, and we probably make news. That would be awesome, but I highly doubt it. But with the cats and everything else, I'm what if the baby's allergic? What if, because we like to sleep with the window open, what if, us having the window open makes the baby sick? Or what if we close it and it gets too hot? And it's so many things. I mean, it sounds goofy probably to some people that I am concerned with such trivial things, but I'm just so nervous about everything. And another thing I'm worried about is, what if I mess up? What if I do something wrong and I hurt the baby by accident, touch a soft spot when I shouldn't, or I go to feed him, I drop him, or I don't know. It's I literally am panicking, and I already know that when my wife is pregnant, I'm going to drive her crazy, because there was a time we were 100% sure she was pregnant, and my mind forgot how to work, and I was annoying her so bad to the point where I didn't mean to, but it's the second she go to reach to get something, I'm I got it. Or the second she yawn, I'm you okay? I'm not a fan of cat litter boxes. I don't know anyone that is, but I hate it doing them. But the second I saw her walking towards where we keep the litter box, I was don't touch it, I got it. Don't touch it at all. And she's oh, I was just getting something out of the closet. I'm okay. Just don't touch, let me get it out of the closet just in case, you know, there's something wrong in the dust of the cat litter. So like my protective side was just going into like complete overdrive. And once she is 100% pregnant and I know her bump starts getting bigger and bigger and the baby's getting closer and closer, I have a feeling she's just probably going to like lock me in a room somewhere and just say, I'll call you when I need you. And I'll probably come out of that room anyway, like, hey, you need me yet? You know? Another thing that worries me in terms of us having a baby is that once they start getting a little older and they start becoming less dependent on you, I have this like fear that I will like try to always insert myself. And like, you know, I think the day that my kid says, I don't need you to help me like potty or something, I'm just gonna lose it. Like I'm gonna like he doesn't need me to help him wipe. And it's so crazy to think about that, but I just have a feeling that's gonna be me. I feel like I'm gonna be that one dad who's like, they're growing up and I'm so proud, and then I just go in a corner and cry and then come back out and like nothing happened. Number 5, another big thing I have a fear of is that, you know, I hope my kids will love me, but I want them to also like me, but obviously I don't want to be just their friend, I want to be their parent. And I have this fear that, you know, what is being too stern, what's being too strict, you know, what's showing too much love. And when I say too much love, I mean like being too lenient. Because I had a friend who said, yeah, I wish my parents would discipline me more, you know, act like they cared. And it's like, then I also have another friend who's like, yeah, my parents are just total assholes and they're so mean and so strict. And it's like, how do you find that balance? Because I want my kid to feel loved and supported. Gay, straight, I don't care. You know, if they're like, hey dad, I want to do art, or dad, I want to be a football player, I will support them either way. You know, or it doesn't matter to me as long as my kid is happy, healthy, and it's not hurting them or anyone else. But I always have the fear of like, what if I'm like over-parenting or under-parenting, or I mess up? You know, I want them to love and like me. I mean, I'm still sweating and it feels great in here, and it's crazy that me talking to this camera is making me sweat so much. I apologize if I look gross, but this has just been on my mind. And it's crazy, I'm thinking like 10, 12, 20 years into the future, and we still have to work on the whole conception and birth thing. So let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, if you were thinking as crazy as I am. What thoughts are going through your head when you found out you were expecting, or you were trying to have a baby? Or guys, let me know how you reacted when she was pregnant, when she did give birth, and how you react now as a dad. Let me know down below. Follow us on Instagram. We're gonna be pumping out these videos. We're so excited. And definitely, if you want to know our journey, follow us on Instagram. That is the best way to get to know us and for us to get to know you. So until then, guys, I'm not gonna do my wife's like bye screech, but I'll see you all later.